take a look at the concept of dividing decimal numbers by decimal numbers. Before we begin, let's take a look at the idea that 2 goes into 24. Well, 2 goes into 24. We know that 2 goes into 24 12 times. How will the answer change if I multiply the 2 by 10 and the 24 by 10? And I get 20 goes into 240. Well, 20 goes into 240. The answer is also 12 times. The point here is that if I multiply the divisor and the dividend by the same number, I will get the same final quotient, and that quotient is the answer to the division question. So let's apply that to the idea that division is really repeated subtraction. So let's take, for example, uh, an example that looks like this. 0.46 divided into 3.2568. So immediately we see that we're dividing by a decimal number, and in order to do this successfully, we can't do the exact question, but we can make it 100 times bigger. I chose 100 because 0.46 has 2 decimal places. Um, so that will become 46 goes into 325.68. And so now what we can do is we can ignore the decimal place for now, and we can subtract 46 from 32,568, and then we can apply the decimal again. So let's try it. How many groups of 46 do we think there would be in 32,568? Well, I know that 4 goes into 32 8 times, and 46 is close to 50, and 5 goes into 32 6 times, so it's somewhere in between. I'm going to guess 700 times. I know that will give me a number that starts with 2 zeros, and 7 times 6 is 42. Put a 4 up here, we've got 28, 32. So that was a pretty good guess. I can remove 46 from 32,568 700 times for sure. So let's subtract. We get 8, 6, 3, 0, 0. Perfect. And I have 368 remaining. So now the question is, how many times can I subtract 46 from 368? Again, I'm going to guess because 5 goes into 30, 6 times, 5 goes into 35, 7 times. My guess will be approximately 7 times. 7 times 6 is 42, and put a 4 up here, 28, 32. Again, let's subtract. So far, I've subtracted 46 from 32,568 707 times. And let's subtract. We have remainder of 6, remainder 4. Oh, exactly. One more time. 46 goes into 46 exactly once, and that's 46, and I have 0 remainders. Now, I have an answer of 708. Now, 708 times 46 goes into 32,568. My answer, if I look up here, should have 2 decimal jumps. So let's put those 2 decimal jumps in here. So the answer is 7.08. So back to the original question. How many times does 0.46 go into 3.2568? And the answer is 7.8. Let's try it again, and this time perhaps we'll get a number that has a remainder. All right, let's try this one. Let's go 3.2 divided into 72.58. Again, we can't do this question because the divisor has a decimal, but we can do one that's 10 times bigger. The question that's 10 times bigger will have the same answer, and it will look like this. 32 divided into 725.8. I'm going to see how many times I can subtract 32 from 725.8. So in order to do this at first, I'm going to move the decimal place up because we know my answer needs to have one decimal jump. So how many times do I think I can subtract 32 from 7,258? My guess is going to be probably about 200 times. I'm going to guess 200 because I know what I'm going to get is two zeros here, and 2 times 32 is 64. And I get an answer. I get a remainder of 8, 5, how is this? 8. So I still have 858 left. So I can remove at least another 10 of them. That would be 320. Probably another 20. So let's try that. So 20 will be 640. So now I get a remainder of 812. Well, I did pretty well. Now I see I have 218 left. I know 32 times 10 is 320, but I know 3 goes into 21. This 21 here, 3 goes into 21 7 times. So I'm going to guess probably maybe 6 times. Let's try it. 6 times 2 is 12. Put the 1 up there, it's 18, 19. And well, it worked. Let's subtract. Let's see. I get a remainder of 6, and there, and 2. 26 is a remainder. So 32 doesn't go into 26. So I get a total of 226 with a remainder of 26 over 32. And remember, my answer had to have one decimal jump. So let's put in that decimal jump. So the answer is 22.6. And I have a remainder of 26 over 32.